We have been live for ages, it seems. So we're back with a special back to school live episode today, and I've got absolutely tons to try and get through. I hope that some of you are able to join, and please leave us your comments as usual. Great to have some of you on board already. As I said, we've got absolutely loads to get through already, but if you haven't, please take advantage of the extra 10% off we've got on the website. So there's 10% off, an extra 10% off all back to school books. Just use the code back to school 22. So if you've seen some books that your children have had their eye on, or you think they'll be perfect for your children starting school or starting a new year, then by all means go in and have a look and get hold of that extra 10% off. It ends this Sunday, so you've only got a couple more days to make the most of that offer. So we already have some great savings, as you know, but that's an extra 10% off using that code back to school 22. So hopefully you'll make use of that. So if you're a bit like me, I've sent my little one off to school this week, and it's been a whole feeling, different emotions, feelings, experiences. So what we've done is, as well as kind of the school books that we have, sort of teachers' picks that we have, which you can kind of see behind me. So these are favourited by teachers, by schools, and there are different publishers that have different books. So we've got Reading Champions, we've got Usborne Reading Library, we've got Biff, Chip and Kipper books by Oxford University Press. So there are different books for different stages and ages. And they really sort of focus on, some of these really focus on phonics as well. So if your child is learning to read, there are different stages that they can use with these books. So we definitely recommend having a look at those. And as you can see, some of them are really huge collections. So you can take your child through each of those stages. They're some of our best sellers, and there's only one reason for it. Your child will enjoy them and they'll love to learn to read through those books. So we definitely recommend those, and they're all in the back to school offer as well. In addition to that, we know that starting a new school or even just going back after the summer holidays can be a bit of an experience. So what we've done is pick out a few different books that might help parents as well as children with settling back into school, and that ranges from a whole mix of things. So we've got some of these 10 book sets which you'll be able to find, and that's got more kind of a fun approach to learning. So if your child sort of comes home and they've done something during the day and you want to give them a nice sort of fun activity to do, or at the weekend, there are lots and lots of books in these, and they've got stickers, helps with problem solving, that kind of thing. So they'll really enjoy those. There's 10 books in that set, and that's from Make Believe Ideas, who are fantastic at coming up with some of these really great ways to make learning quite fun for children. So we definitely recommend picking that out. And then, as I was saying, I think children are feeling a whole range of emotions, as I'm sure parents are. So if your child has started school, please let us know, and you can comment below. And if you've got any questions as well about which books to choose for your child, then please let us know, and we'll come back to you with some recommendations. Somebody's just commented, so thank you, say love Biff, Chip and Kipper. Great, yes, you can probably see that behind me. There is a TV series that came out not so long ago, so if your child does love those books, or loves the TV show, then you can mirror that with the books as well. So actually, why don't I start with some Biff, Chip and Kipper books? So we've handpicked the selection that I'm going to go through today, and this is a fantastic set. We've only just recently got this in. It's an 8-book set, and it's all about first experiences. So whilst these are not the phonics books that you might see behind me, they're not the non-fiction books. Thank you. Again, we've got another comment. Julie Donaldson books are amazing. Yes, they are. And we've actually got, just letting you know, children's book enthusiasts, we've got some of the early reader. So these have been adapted into small books. So I'll just let you know about those. I can show you those in a minute, but before I forget. Going back to Biff, Chip and Kipper then, these these are really wonderful books, and I've chosen this one. There are 8 in the collection. I probably won't go through them all today, as I've got quite a few to show you. But this one particularly about starting school is a really nice one. So I've been reading this with my son, and it's just maybe about settling nerves, and having a bit more of a discussion about it as well. So it's the same, author that's done everything, the same friendly faces that children will recognise, but they're really positive, exciting books. So if your child is feeling nervous, or even as parents are feeling nervous, these are great books to sort of ease some of those nerves, ease some of those worries, and you can read them repeatedly, so that they're all about having a great day at school. And they cover all kinds of emotions, so whether it's tears from the parents or tears from the children, there's a really positive element to these books, which I think are a great discussion point for children as Kip is starting school. So it's all about what will his first day be like, and what sort of experiences will he have. So we definitely recommend the Biff, Chip and Kipper series. This is again by Oxford University Press, who have brought you the Biff, Chip and Kipper phonics books. And in addition to those, there are some other great collections when you get this. So, some great books in this collection rather. I'll just quickly show you. So you've got the starting school, going on a plane, so that can be a great one for going on the plane for the first time. Holidays might be coming up. Going to the dentist, which everyone loves. So really nice first experiences that will relate to all children. Learning to swim. Oh, we've got some more comments here. The Dragons Hiccups collection behind you is very good. Yes, it is really good for helping children to read, and it's got the different stages in there, so I can show you that in a minute. So thanks for your comments. Going to the doctor, fun at the farm, a new baby, and going to the hospital. So all kinds of different experiences, but we wanted to really pull out that starting school as one that we think parents will really enjoy. So that's the Big Chip and Kipper 8-book series, and they're all about first experiences. So in addition to that then, I have also got a really lovely book set here from Make Believe Ideas, and this comes in a wonderful bag. So I've just got another question here that I'm going to address. Will these books be good with children with autism? Personally, yes, I do really think that these will be fantastic ways of explaining things to children with autism, anxiety, nervousness, and just kind of easing some of that as well. As you'll be able to see, I'll just show you again. I think it's Kathy that's asking. I'll just show you how they're how they're written and the kind of language that's used. It's very thorough. It's spot on, to be honest. With my son starting school this week, I really think that having this book has helped. And it does cover a lot of different experiences. So if some of that can help to ease or settle children that have got autism or anxiety or worry, then I do really recommend this set. I think you'll also really like this set actually. So quite playful and quite fun. It comes in this funky little bag, so with this kind of like worry monster on it. This is from Make Believe Ideas, so they are fantastic at coming up with books that make learning fun. So I'll just show you what you get in here. It's a really nice little book bag actually that kids can use. So this is really funny. It's very colourful, playful. So I think with children that have got autism or maybe even dyslexia or things like that, some of the illustrations and the way these books have been put together might really appeal to them. So I'm going to call out this one specifically because it's the Very Hungry Worry Monster. So if your child is feeling worried or they're feeling nervous, this is a great way to kind of combat that. It's called It's about Fretty Fluster is a worry monster expert. So it goes through all kinds of different experiences. It's not too word heavy. What I really like about these books is, So again, I've been reading this with my son. What I really like is that you can kind of develop your own story a little bit, or you can weave your child into the story. So I think we've got a nice comment here. I think my son's school have these encouraging children how to express their feelings. Yeah, spot on. And that's what I've been doing as well. So I think that, I mean, we had tears this morning and he's been going in every day this week, but it is about just trying to cope with those feelings and emotions and having the worry sort of eased. And this makes it quite fun. So these worry monsters, they eat the worries and they make everything disappear. So I think children will be really encouraged to maybe talk about their feelings as well. So that's a great way for books to do that. And it's a very friendly, fun-looking monster. It's not, not frightening or scary at all. And as you can see, the illustrations are fantastic. So I think really engaging for young children. It is a picture book, so they've really done that well. Within here as well, so you've got 6 in the collection. So that was the one I really wanted to call out in terms of starting school. But you've also got this one, Can I Have a Hug? So I'm sure when the kids come back from school after a long day, everybody just wants a hug. So that's a nice feeling of reassurance. This book was actually produced during COVID lockdown, so that when sort of families and children and parents or grandparents did get to sort of have that moment of contact and things like that, again, it was all about having a hug. So I think that's a really nice, a lovely story in there as well. You can see the illustrations. So going through that. Another one in here, Bite Size, that's all about having dreams. So having sort of aspirations, goals, again, having really positive conversations with children. H is for Happy Saurus. So again, my son absolutely loves these, obsessed with dinosaurs. So anything that's got dinosaurs in it and telling a story, then he's into it. And it does it in a really sort of fun kind of educational way. So they have a little ABC system that you've got different. I'll just show you actually from the beginning. So it deals with emotion. So A is for Angriosaurus, and then kind of how to talk about that and feelings of anger and how to combat those. B is for Bravosaur. So again, it's not just about being positive or negative. It's tackling all of them. And I think C goes on to be Calmosaurus. D is for Determindosaurus. So it's really, really nice. And you can definitely Osaurus your child's name very easily using that book. So I really recommend that. And that's using the alphabet. So it goes all the way through. And then another one here, No Problema. It's just kind of saying that everything is no problem. Kind of tackling everything in this very funny story and just making everything possible. And then a nice one to finish is Hope the Rainbow Fairy. So Hope the Rainbow Fairy just sprinkles her sort of magic, colourful and happiness throughout the book. So it's a really nice way to end that collection. So we've got another question here, so some really great questions today, thank you. Can you recommend any books to help children with bereavement? I believe there is something on the website, so I will definitely come back to you. I can see your username here, so we will send you a direct message and come back to you. But yeah, a really great question. These are things that are happening and conversation starters with children. One set that might help you, actually, there's a couple, so I'll go through them again, but perhaps this one. So this is a 3-book set. It's board books, so depending on the age of the child, maybe dealing with bereavement, it could be any age, as long as the story and the messaging is right. These books from Little Tiger might be good. So perhaps this one to start with, Love Makes Us a Family. So you can adapt that in any way that works for your family. And it talks about what love is, and you can hopefully relate this to your child. It's not just you know, a typical family. That could be a grandparent, for example, with mum and 2 children, you know, depending on whatever the circumstances are. I think that's a great thing about books. And this talks about love within a family. So I think that these board books might be a really good idea. So I'll show you those. And again, I think the one I really wanted to pull out for the kids that are starting school is this kindness book. So kindness makes us strong. So a really positive message for children. And these are from Little Tiger. So if you love Little Tiger books, you've got to get your hands on these. They're just lovely. And they're kind of small gestures. So kindness is giving a refreshing drink. Just really small things, and you could come up with your own kind of acts of kindness. It's really inclusive, really supportive of children. It's got some references to school and being with children, and some really positive values. Kindness is a bear hug. So that's really nice. Hopefully you can see all of that. So I'd really recommend this collection. That's a 3-book set from Little Tiger. And then another one that I think will be really good for emotions. Again, it is quite focused on friendships and schools. Tom Percival is a fantastic author. I cannot rave about these books enough. I've got more. There's so many on our website that you will love. These are really good because they are diverse. In terms of the characters, they are illustrated fabulously and they cover all sorts of things. I'll just show you them quickly. So you've got 6 in this collection. Misha Makes Friends, which is probably the one I'll talk about today. Tilda Tries Again, so being really kind of positive. Ruby's Worry, so that might be the one that most people have seen, or they have it a lot in schools. Maybe you've seen it in the library, but Ruby's Worry has been around for some time. Milo's Monster. Ravi's Roar, a little bit the same as Ruby's Worry, you might have seen this one around. And it's all about dealing with emotions and controlling tempers, and how to engage children with dealing with their emotions and feelings. And then Perfectly Norman. So the one that I really wanted to talk about today is, this is a 6-book set. The one I really wanted to talk about was Misha, because she finds it difficult to make friends, and children of all ages being at school, their friendship groups might change, they're starting a new school, primary, secondary, whatever it may be. This is a really affectionate book that talks about the difficulties, but also the positive side of making new friends. I'll just show you how wonderfully this is illustrated. It's really engaging for children. And there's a fantastic story that goes with it as well. So it's not too kind of text heavy. Children can read this book as well. They can read it with you. They might have it at school. They might have seen it at the library. But each story is different. And it's really inspiring for children and really positive to get them to be confident. So I'll just show you that. So that's the whole set that you'll get with these. That's the 6 books there. And they're the big Bright Feelings book set. So by Tom Percival, fantastic collection. We have still got a few more to get through. So great to have some more of you joining. Thank you for being here. I'll just remind you that back to school books at Books to Door have got an extra 10% off up until midnight on Sunday. So if you haven't made the most of that, get your savings and extra 10% off back to school books and help your kids prepare and get ready for back to school. Some fantastic collections in there. Some of them are behind me, some of them I'm showing to you now. And the last one I'm going to show you is a collection that we've just had in. It's from Usborne. So Usborne, long-standing favourite children's book publisher, fantastic books that they produce. These are hardback books and it's quite a heavy collection. 4 books in here. One is all about friends, all about feelings, all about diversity, and all about families. So I'll maybe have a look at this one for now, all about families, just because we've had a couple of questions about families. there's one in here, there's a page in here, how your families can change. So these might be conversations that you are having with your children, hopefully in a positive way, but there are some opportunities here to kind of use those to talk about them. And actually, it's really got a useful index at the back, so you can have a look at these and treat it almost like a non-fiction book, I suppose. It's quite informative, and find the talking point that you're looking for, and then find the relevant page. So really recommend these books, and as a way of explaining things, it talks about all how families live, where they live, different types of families, and the books all really complement each other. So I know a couple of our followers homeschool children as well, so they homeschool and they do all of their learning at home, and they've got some of these fantastic books, and they're a really great way to teach children. The other one that I thought I'll just pull out again is all about friends. So making friends at school. Why do we need friends, and how can we make it friends? So a really positive book there. And the great thing about these books, you'll probably tell from the diversity one, is that they are very representative of all children, all walks of life. And I think that really echoes, Osborne have done this fantastically, echoes obviously the society that we live in. So really lovely books there. I'll just quickly show you the diversity one. So this talks about why we're different, what makes us all the same, lots of questions and answers to celebrate diversity. So again, it's got a contents page. Just show you some of the things about why we're different. So really great for starting school, just answering some of those inquisitive questions that children have, which is lovely. And the illustrations are fantastic. So we will probably end there. I've shown you many book sets to help your children prepare for back to school, and also just to build up their collection at home. So behind me we've got some of the reading libraries, which some of you already commented on, to say that they hopefully help children to learn how to read. They come in different stages. We've had some activity books, such as these Search and Find. There are some more behind me. They're from Make Believe Ideas. We've had some books that are about worrying, dealing with feelings and emotions, so a real mix. And don't forget that you can get an extra 10% off back to school books, which ends on Sunday. If anybody's got any questions, please feel free to let us know, and we'll post this up on Instagram as we always do. So if you want to comment and let us know if you've got any questions, we'll be happy to get back to you. And I will also get back to the person that asked specifically about bereavement books. I'm sure we'll have something. So thank you very much, everyone, and I hope all the kids have a great first day